Would you like to make an interactive HUD with pop-up menus for Final Fantasy XIV? First, you must choose one or more classes that you don't need all the bars for, but are still likely to be carrying the weapons for just in case you want to swap stuff about later. The spare bars will be used for storing data. In my case, this is bars 7, 8, 9 and 10. It's important that these are not shared. Bars 4, 5 and 6 will be my menu. These are always shared between classes as they act as a blank set of bars to be copied to from the data bars. Bar 4 will be static, as it's for movement abilities I always want access to. Bar 5 is the main menu I want all my macros to sit on. Bar 6 is the pop-up menu that changes depending on what macro is clicked on. To change which bars stay the same when switching classes, go to character config, hotbar settings on the left, and then sharing tab on the top. 4, 5 and 6 are on and the rest are off. Next, go to user macros and create your readme file so you don't forget what information each of the bars are holding. For me, expand or close state of the UI is on Weaver, bar 7. Collapse or open state of the UI is on Weaver, bar 8. The macro that I use is hotbar copy Weaver 8 share 5. It's copying Weaver's bar 8 to the shared bar 5. When you click the plus, it brings up the minus menu. And when I click the minus, I want it to bring up the plus bar, which is Weaver 7 being copied to shared bar 5. These two are the base level of our HUD. The plus bar is left blank to create the illusion that nothing else is there. To hide the unused slots, go to character config, hotbar settings, and then hide unassigned slots under the display tab. Here is also where you might want to think about how you want to arrange your bars. What shape do you want your UI to be? Do you want your UI to pop up from the bottom row or out from a column to the side? As you can see, this is how I arrange bar 6, which is a shared bar that's hidden whenever any other button on the UI is pressed. Makes it feel more like a pop-up context menu. On the main menu bars, I always want bar 6 to be off though, as I've not yet clicked anything else. But on the rest that directly copy to bar 6, I use a toggle. And here's my cheat sheet including the macros I want to add to the minus menu bar. The minus menu bar holds macros that toggle the display of bar 6. Starting with signs and markers that I've placed on bar 9 of my Weaver class. Using the same command, we're copying our data from bar 6 for each of the icons we want on the menu bar. Let me just switch over to my rogue and show you the rest. See, I have 4 new bars to fill. You could effectively do this with every class to make a multi-layered HUD. If you've got any examples of this being used well, please let me know. Also, here are some examples of class macros I use frequently that you might want to try. And finally, when I want to switch the HUD from battle mode to town mode, I use this macro. I find it quicker and easier to switch between layouts than it is to macro individual elements to turn on or off. So you can see here that I just switch off what I want to be off in town and then add that to my HUD off button. Then on another layout I turn them on again and add them to my plus button. You can see here on my Astrologian I've moved it from the bottom up to the top to make it look cleaner. I've got everything up in the corners of my town mode, but I've got it central so I can see it easily in battle mode. Note that this also allows you to move elements around to your liking for both modes, so perhaps you want to make a macro that swaps the HUD when you change from a tank to a healer or DPS. I often find as a healer I like the party list to prominently feature on the right, whereas tanking or DPSing I'll swap that with an enemy list instead. Speaking of which, this is my HUD in action with the party list and clickies on the right next to it. All of your class's personal abilities do still work when the HUD is hidden. All the macros in this video will be in the description below so you can copy and paste them as you like. I hope you learned something useful today. Good luck and have fun.